I'd like to find the road we roam together, swinging along, finding the long way home. We didn't mind the time or place or weather, singing a song, finding the long way home. Remember, I used to sigh at the end of each day, dear.
What is happening, house lovers and explorers? Take a look at this scenery. Yep, that is fog. There's some light drizzle, and myself and Werner are about to head through those gum trees and check out an old farmhouse. I think you can just see it through the fog there, but we thought we'd just give a bit of a pan around here, and you can probably hear the sheep. Yesterday was a perfect day. And today has just turned to absolute winter. Freezing cold, rain and fog. So, let's go on a bit of an adventure and check out this old house. Well, it looks like there's a decent sized outbuilding right there at the back of the home. And there's something over there too. Through there, a bit of stonework. But man, it feels like, I've never been to England, but this feels like we're out in England somewhere with the fog. Yeah, Werner's just doing his intro there, so we'll walk over to the home. Check it out, guys. Look at the wraparound veranda on it. I can see one of the doors is open. That's good. Well, the old girl had power. There's the Stobie pole. Yeah, we'll have a look in that area at the end, I think, guys. But there she is. Look at that bullnose veranda. Hopefully the lens isn't all wet, but I'll give it a wipe in a sec just in case. That would have been the in-ground water storage. It's all been filled in. Oh, Werner, there's a root cellar down there too. Alright, well, let's take a look. Maybe the sheep have been allowed to roam through this one as well. Look at that poor old, I think that's an old cypress tree maybe. Let's check her out, guys. Look at that beautiful old door, those colours. Show a bit of the stonework. Yeah, the sheep have definitely been allowed to. I'm surprised they're not in here at the moment. Well, there are sheep bones on the floor. Now she's going to be in rough shape, I think, but from what I can feel under my foot, guys, this is an earth floor. Now, unless there's years and years of dirt and dust covering the floorboards, I can't tell. There's the old switch, and as we saw, we know it had power. Yeah, poor sheep end up here and in here and get trapped. And there's more bones in there, but looks like they've been placed in there. Just trying to gauge the year of when this was built. I think it's an early 1900s, but it could be very well late 1800s as well, I think. We'll move around. Oh, look, I'll get a shot from the front, guys. That was the side room. Look at that for a view. Yeah, an absolute contrast in weather to yesterday. Just going to give you another pan around. A lot of cacti there. So we'll head in the front entrance there for a look. Yeah, you can see all the sheep tracks here. Expecting a few birds to probably fly out. I just have to squeeze through here. Now that door leads into where we just were. Yeah, that's all that looks like it's all grain. They were probably storing some sacks of grain in here as well. Yeah, there's birds' nests everywhere. Up in the corners and on the vent there. Yeah, I really can't tell if there's floorboards, guys. I mean, there's grain. I don't think there is. This feels like... No, that is concrete. That's actually a concrete floor. Maybe once upon a time they had floorboards. But even that concrete must have been done a long time ago. There is a tiny little bit of coloured glass at the top. I'll just quickly show that. It's kind of like a very light yellow. There's one old drum there. Caltex drum. We'll come back in this room. Just get a look over here. Oh, look, at least there's some old linoleum there. Seen better days, but there's the pattern. Wonder if there's any newspaper underneath. No, that's actually concrete as well. All the ceiling sheetings come down here, but it's actually not on the ground, I don't think. So someone has taken that out. Unfortunately, the mantle's gone. I'm still trying to date this place, guys. I think it's an early 1900s. But there's a good shot of the steel piping that they use for the electrics, the lighting wiring and the power points. Look, I'll get a still shot, but because the ceiling's missing, you can actually see where they've put it up there. Kind of shoots off in all directions from the back power box, I'm guessing. That's where the old phone was. Check it out. The old phone. There we go. Number 22 it says. Whether that means anything. Old doorbell, I think. Yeah, it's pretty, it's actually a pretty basic house. It looks a lot more ornate on the outside than it is inside, but I'm not saying it's a bad house, but we'll look at this ceiling sheeting. That looks like it's been redone at some point. This would have been a bedroom because there's your pull down light switch. Well, see if this back door's open. Look at the old lock. Oh, it's seized up, I think, guys. We might be walking around the front again. Well, I'll grab some still shots and then we'll check out the back. Alright, we'll continue around this side. Yeah, it's such a beautiful facade of this home. Absolutely beautiful. Now that That wall there must be in another summer kitchen, I reckon. There's another tank over there. Might have a look down that way towards the end, but we'll go around to these other out the back buildings, the back part. It looks like there's a bit of a fence there. It is starting to drizzle rain again. We'll get in under this part. Yeah, here comes the drizzle. Definitely a bit of an add-on, this one. Had the timber ceiling. It's all coming down. So perhaps when they added this side, they may have redone the floors with concrete in those other rooms we saw. That's just a guess. What's this old thing? Looks like an old biscuit tin, or well, even looks like a mailbox kind of, but it's made of tin, rusty tin, and there's nothing in it. Alright, we'll continue towards this back part and have a look. I think Werner's been out here already, but we'll check this area out. Yeah, it's a bit of a Frankenstein part. This part's all been added on and stitched together. That's where we were in there, guys. And more skeletons in here. Yeah, there's the power box. We'll get a closer look at that in a sec. But I reckon this was the old laundry. Yep. The old wet rooms. There's remnants of a basin. Yeah, there it is. Got one tap there, another there. There's a towel rack, or now, even though there's no fire pit there, there may have been an old wash tub sitting up on that, or maybe a hot water service, but I doubt it. But this one definitely power and plumbing. But yeah, this little room's definitely suffered a lot of decay over the years once the roof went. Here's Werner. Yeah, get a look at this power box. You can see all the electrical cables running up to that section I was trying to show before. So power out to these old farmhouses a lot of the times didn't make it until they didn't get it until the 50s and 60s. And judging by the switches in there, I think it was the case for this one as well. Definitely those switches are late 50s, early 60s. Now there's another room here. Well, at least some of the roofs, well, most of the roof actually in this one's intact. This is the summer kitchen, guys. There would have been an old cast iron stove in there. Yeah, the flue is still down there. Yeah, and there's a tap. Would have been probably a kitchen bench here, maybe. Or yeah, it would have gone up through there. Actually, another tap down there. It's definitely got an older style window. That's 4 panels over 4 panels. But look at this, guys. You can see all this. That looks like a patch job. That concrete behind where the stove sat. It's interesting trying to figure these places out. Yeah, that has definitely been done later than the yellow and orange. Oh, let's check out here where this cellar was, this other big building. Do you want that cloth, Werner?
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got to keep wiping our lenses because it's drizzling, so yeah, we'll go down here. Ooh. There we go. Always got to check these cellars out. Oh no, there's a dead sheep right on the steps. Just dodge that. Yeah, this is definitely just a food storage one, I think. Have been down in some of these and you've got a little fireplace even. And almost looks like the blacksmiths used to have half underground cellars. But yeah, I think this one was definitely just a storage one. Keep the food a bit cooler. It's just an old oil drum, 44 gallon. I reckon that's a shoe polish lid, that one. Just by the contour of the lid. Yeah, it's still raining, so I'll quickly have a look in here. Step up in here. Oh, well, this has got floorboards, this old one. And an old bed. One of those classic old wire beds. Well, seeing there's a bed in here, this could have been the shearer's quarters or something along those lines. There's no fireplace in here. Not sure what that is. That's definitely it's got springs in it at the back of a couch or something. Starting to give way this one. Whoops, stood on some ceramic stuff or something, glass. Maybe it was an old light shade. Now, there's more buildings at the back there, so let's walk around and have a look. Well, this is the next part. And this may very well look like it was keep the horses or something to do with the farm animals. There's still remnants of hay being kept in here, but there's no signs of this being a work shed or anything. And whatever door was there, definitely not wide enough to fit a tractor or a ute in here. I'm guessing it was to keep the horses, maybe. Let us know what you think. Now, obviously take a walk around this, see what else we can see. And definitely more room for animals, I would think. There's two of these. This is the first one. But yeah, there's nothing, although there is a light switch there. And maybe there was a light attached or something. Can't see a power point yet, but oh, there we go, guys. That's where the light is, under the cobwebs. Well, if it was a workshop or a work shed, anything that they were using in here is gone. But the sliding doors, I did have to push that one across slightly to squeeze in, but it is on rails, so not sure. But there's one identical right behind that wall. And this one, guys, I can't actually slide the door across, but and the camera can only kind of get to about there. But it's just full of leaves and it's empty, so not much going on in there. There's an old wagon, back of a wagon here. The wood is still intact, just. Look at the old girl from the back there. Yeah, I reckon the main part of the home there. It's an early 1900s one, guys. But an absolute classic example of old farming life. Alright, well here's a remnant of one of those old Sunshine farm machines. think it used to be one of the early crop headers. Oops. Oh, Linky Nowak and Company. Yeah, just kind of came down the embankment here, the old homes up there. I could see this from up there, but yeah, it's definitely one of those old sunshine to do with the wheat. Alright, we'll walk back up past this tank, and I think we've pretty much seen the lot. I'll just do a close out of the video up at the front of the home again. There is a windmill that's fallen over there. What a spot, guys. Look at all these trees, pine cone trees. Yeah, the tank stand, all built with film stones. Actually get a good look inside this one. Well, I'm not sure what this is, but this side part's open, so oh, there's huge old railway sleepers there. Oh, you know what, guys? There's actually an old, what looks to be the chassis of an old cart there, underneath all that wood. That's interesting. Right in there, guys. Yeah, the wagon wheels are still attached to it too. So I think they've actually, I don't know, tried to preserve that, but there's definitely an old cart with wheels attached to it in there. Wow. I'll have a quick look at what I saw at the start of the video, which was this. It's actually got a power pole attached to it as well. It's all in ruins, whatever it was. Oh, this is the old shearing shed, I think. Oh yeah. I'll just try and step down here. But you can see the old system there. There's the power board. And the electric cables, and there's the drive look, I'm pretty certain this is to do with shearing, guys. That's usually what they look like. Maybe it was a well, maybe this was the blacksmith's. Maybe that was hooked up to a grinding wheel or something. It would have been hooked up to a generator somewhere, or the power. Maybe the generator originally. There's a bench. Let us know, guys. I reckon it's either the blacksmith's area or maybe shearing. Alright, well that is it, guys. We've seen a lot in the rain and fog, so I'll just do a quick close out back in here. She's in rough shape, but There's been far worse, but I think this is definitely an early 1900s one, guys and gals. But as always, let me know your thoughts. And I'll say thanks for watching. We'll give our cameras a bit of a wipe down and trek onto another one, and we'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers. Bye.
Remember, I used to sigh at the end of each day, dear.